Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you'll notice there's a new addition behind me. And it's a clock. And it gives Australian time. So, for example, in South Africa right now, it would be midnight, and here it is 8:30. We're both you guys are just in Monday morning, but I've been here for 8 hours. And earlier today, we had an absolutely amazing live stream. The great debate went for over 3 hours. And I have to tell you, and I'm totally off topic here, but you'll have to forgive me. I have to tell you that both debaters did an amazing job. I think a lot of people, we had about 500 people watching the debate the whole time. And a lot of people, I think, got a much better understanding of what Saitlanders is about. And I think the whole exercise was very beneficial for Saitlanders, because there were a lot of questions related to what happens when the shit hits the fan and stuff like that were raised, discussed and covered. Now, there are obviously some areas which Philippe raised, which were very hard to answer, and there's no right answer. But, I have to say, hey guys, you were both so professional. There was only one point in the debate where I had to pull you both into line. It was like two dogs going at it. But apart from that, 3 hours of amazing information. And both guys are just, take my hats off to them. Anyway, I'm going to be attaching that debate to this mainstream channel once it's finished processing at YouTube, so that you can actually watch it here on this channel. You'll miss all the side chat because, of course, it's only just a copy. I'll put a link down below if you want to look at the side chat and see all the thousands of comments that were happening in the background. Now, let me get back to what this is supposed to be all about. And I apologize for the intro about the live stream. This is about Eskom. Eskom being Phakamani. And you know why it's so relevant? Because one of the points that is raised by Simon during the debate is that when the lights go out with Eskom, that's when the SHTF will happen. Because all the gangsters and all the thugs will have basically the lie of the land at night. It's very, very concerning. So what's actually happening? Well, let's talking about Phakamani. Let's talk about Phakamani Hadebe first. Now, we know he's just resigned. In fact, it happened on last Friday. It has been reported that Eskom CEO Phakamani Hadebe collapsed twice at his office this year and was driven away by ambulance. Now, he is, as we say here, he is the guy who runs Eskom, which is just completely collapsing. This followed news on Friday that Hadebe had resigned and will step down as Eskom chief executive as of the end of July 2019. Citing a well-placed source, report has said that Hadebe suffered from severe stress and handed in his resignation twice before he was, however, asked to stay on until after the elections. So it was politically expedient to let this guy to continue being CEO. And guess who the beneficiaries were? The ANC. Yep. As part of his resignation, Hadebe said the role of Eskom CEO comes with unimaginable demands, which have unfortunately led to a negative impact on his health. Hadebe said, "In the best interests of Eskom and my family, I have therefore decided to step down." EE Publishers and energy expert Chris Yelland confirmed that Hadebe's health problems, but added that Eskom CEO's resignation at this point is no coincidence. He said there is a whole lot of things coming together right now, and that the new cabinet announcement may have played a role in Hadebe's decision. Eskom is also set to present its latest financial results to the board on Tuesday, which are expected to be disastrous, with a loss of over 20 billion rand. Yelland added that the Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan's hand-on approach with Eskom may have raised questions whether Hadebe was trusted as Eskom CEO. Speaking to Report, Eskom board chairman Jabu Mabuzu said that Hadebe's resignation was unexpected but understandable. And please excuse Bonsai in the background, he's having a senior moment. Mabuza said, luckily we'll still work for another 2 months during the transition period. It's going to be a challenge to replace him. Well, Ted Blom, there's your answer. But the guy's white, so it won't happen. It's crazy. It's called BEE. Anton Eberhard, the chairperson of Ramaphosa's task force team on Eskom's sustainability, tweeted that Hadebe's resignation had been expected since April. Now, this task force team have actually been flown in from overseas. They didn't even use qualified experts who've worked for Eskom who live in South Africa. This is how absolutely ridiculous this ANC government is. Thank goodness. What has been behind the scenes since April is now official and public, Eberhard said. Now we need urgently to strengthen both executive management and the board at South Africa's national power utility. And it gets worse, and I'll tell you why. There's now another article that's come out about Eskom, and this is in Fin24. And the DA is warning, the political party, the DA is warning that Eskom and our entire economy are in deep trouble. And they say South Africa needs solutions and not more talk shops to end Eskom's monopolistic stranglehold on electricity and to rescue the crippling economy, said DA spokesperson on public enterprise Natasha Mazzoni. Mazzoni, who is one of the party's most vocal leaders on state-owned enterprises, in a statement on Sunday, reiterated the DA's Independent System Market Operator, ISMO, bill, known as the Cheaper Energy Bill, will stabilize the country's electricity supply. This comes on the back of the resignation of Eskom Chief Executive Officer Phakamani Hadebe, who will be leaving the debt-laden power utility at the end of July. It is clear that there was no political will for Mr. Hadebe to succeed. Any progress in addressing the systemic rot at the crucial entity was made difficult. This was compounded by the fact that he was held ransom by the trade unions. It is plain as day that the rot is so deep that there is no option but to completely restructure Eskom, said Mazzoni. The DA's Cheaper Energy Bill seeks to break Eskom's into two separate entities, a generation and a transmission distribution entity. The party is of the view that this would reduce the cost of electricity and bring about much-needed competition. Well, I have a question here. I have shown so many videos of illegal connections to transmission or transformers around South Africa, and no one's getting rid of those. No one's actually taking them off, and that's where a huge amount of electricity has been stolen, free. And you know where it's all happening? In these little townships. Some of them look like spaghetti. It's quite incredible. Anyway, Mazzoni said Eskom must also start trimming the fat around its employment expenses. You know that Eskom has got 66% more staff than it needs. Most of them just sit behind desks or just sit around doing nothing all day and just picking up a check on Friday. Just incredible. She said the DA had already written to the new Speaker of the National Assembly, Thandi Modise, requesting a debate of national importance on the crisis at Eskom. Now let's remember Thandi Modise is the Honourable Speaker who is facing serious charges for neglect and appalling treatment of animals on her farm. And those charges have been brought by AfriForum. And they're currently pending. You know, this is the ANC government. They are just corrupt to the core. This followed recent media reports that contractors working at Kusile Power Station have submitted claims totaling 36 billion rand to the financially crippled Eskom. Eskom and our economy are in deep trouble. Experts estimate that each stage of rolling blackouts, euphemistically referred to as load shedding, costs the country 1 billion rand per stage, per day, said Mazzoni. With unacceptable high levels of unemployment and half of young South Africans unable to find work, we need to find solutions and not more talk shops. So there you go. It just goes from bad to worse for Eskom. And as I said in the debate that we had on Sunday night at 8 p.m, I know it's your Monday morning now, this particular issue came up. And if you want to find out more about it, I'll listen to the debate. I'll link it down below to the live stream channel so you can see all the comments on the side. And later today, once it's properly processed in YouTube, I'll be putting a copy up in this mainstream so you can actually follow it here. All right, guys, take care. Please remember to subscribe. Click the bell to get all the updates and have a great evening or a great day. Bye for now.